from Spirit-Based Therapies. The healing spirit that we are going to be connecting with in the group today is Archangel Michael, hence I am decked out in purple. Purple being the main color that Archangel Michael presents as. And that's really important because primarily spirit presents in our world as it presents as an energy, but a particular type of energy that is light. And you think about it, that there are denser energies and there are lighter energies, denser energies being heavier energies and lighter energies. A lot of the more earthly based energies are denser, and the spirit based energies are lighter. So spirit tends to present as light. That light has a vibration, it has a frequency, and you can evoke the energy, the light of particular spirits, your own spirit included, by knowing the color and knowing the name, because both of those components, they produce a vibration. So when you pull purple in, when you are concentrating on Archangel Michael, you are setting yourself up for success by helping to bridge the gap between where you exist and where Archangel Michael's light is, by using your imagination, or even just saying the color inside of you if you're not a visual person but you just know that there is purple that you are connecting to. That helps as well, because some of us are more claircognizant than what you are clairvoyant. Clairvoyant is actually, I'm getting a little bit muddled up with them, but there is the way of seeing. Some people see more clearly, and then with claircognizance, you just have a knowing. It's an innate knowing, and so you can just know it's purple. So the topic today is messages from spirit, and I was having a little bit of a laugh at this actually, because I sat down to talk about this with Archangel Michael, I think it must have been Saturday. And the message that he was giving on this topic for me to give out to you all, I was saying to him, is that really the message they're going to want to hear? Which is really funny when I tell you what it is that he was actually wanting to pass on to us. So what he was basically wanting to say is that our spirit, your spirit, the spirit, communicates with your cells all the time. Your spirit reminds your cells to not become consumed by following pathways of growth, replication, and maintenance as directed by the often chaotic and confusing influence that can come from your own human psyche. Okay? Instead, your spirit reminds your cells, it sends messages to your cells to follow the direction of the calm, smooth waters of the heart. And these calm, smooth waters of the heart are where the spirit reflects its presence of peace, wisdom, and harmony into your body. Okay? So he was beginning by taking us all the way into the cellular level, is our unconscious level of self, okay, where all these different activities and functions and processes are happening all the time, but we don't have to be consciously aware of them for them to happen. They happen anyway. It is the unconscious area of life force operating. And Archangel Michael is telling us that there are messages coming into us on that level all the time, because often our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, our behaviors are twisting and turning the pathways and functions of ourselves, and our spirit is sending messages in to redirect those pathways and to help those pathways be coming from a principal place of peace, wisdom, and harmony. So then he was going on to say about messages, okay, he was saying, we know, as in spirit, we know that for many people, messages of this kind, it is not quite these messages that people are focusing their desire is not where their focus and their desire lies. He was telling me that where the focus and desire of many of the human people, human people, that sounds funny, where spirit can hear, Archangel Michael was saying, spirit can hear us asking for messages. And most of the focus and desire of our messages comes down to things like, tell me what to do, tell me how to be, tell me how to get what I want and desire from life. Tell me what you think will fulfill me, what will make me happy. And Archangel Michael's saying there's nothing wrong with asking for messages in this regards. That's not his point at all. And he was saying to me, believe me, Trina, we try to answer these calls for messages. We really, really do. He was then saying a very key piece of information for us all, okay? And that is, he was saying, in the absence of a calm, smooth, reflective heart space, the message that comes from spirit to answer those kinds of questions, to answer those kinds of calls from us, that message frequently goes unnoticed. He said what happens is that the mind misinterprets the message. The emotions make assumptions about the message. The behavioral self rebels against that message. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I need to know. And then the message kind of just gets lost in the greater soup of things. So I really notice this because as a clinician that works as a spiritual healer for my full-time job, I see people's guides. Sometimes a person will come in for a healing and I see the person's guide, and the person's guide is sort of got this body language where they're communicating to me. They're sort of just like leaning against the wall going, I'm trying to get this message across. And they're basically saying, here we go, Trina, we have brought this person in to see you, and we really hope that you can get the message across to them, because we have tried and tried and tried, and we just can't get through. And that's not a criticism or anything of us in any way, shape, or form. It's just a fact. And that sometimes a healing of some form is required to help settle everything inside of you, so that that message, one, has a chance to be absorbed, and two, has a chance to be actually interpreted. So Archangel Michael was saying that when we know that we cannot get a message across with clarity in the entirety of how we would like to get that message across, then we give you signs, okay? And he was saying that the signs that we give you, they are little gifts from our heart to your heart. And these might be things like, I'll give you some examples that I notice in my life. Once I was going through this for at least a year. I was going through this really, really hard time. I was extremely unwell, and I had so many challenges that just felt like they were completely impossible to overcome, and it was really difficult to continue to just keep in, having some level of hope every day. And every day I found a coin on the ground. It was amazing. And I felt that that was Spirit's little way of just letting me know that the way that you could interpret your experiences at the moment, Trina, through the human lens, is to believe that, you're pretty much screwed, but you're not. And here's our little message to you, because I was very chaotic inside. It was very hard for me to get clarity. I noticed from another thing that happens to me is I see number plates that have my initials in them. I think I've mentioned this before in the group, and there's no way there could be that many number plates around my area that have my initials in them. And I'll be sort of going through my life thinking, oh, is it is it wise to be trusting my inner knowing at the moment, or whatever, and I'll see a number plate with some version of TJL in it. It's not necessarily in that order, but it's got some version of it in there. 111, who doesn't see 111, on your phone, on the time or whatever? 222. There are so many different ways that this can happen. And notice these patterns in your life. What are the patterns in your life in the way that spirit is turning up and sending you messages? Is it in your dreams? Are you noticing certain patterns in your dreams, whereby you attribute that to spirit getting a little message of reassurance, a little gift from their heart to yours? Okay, a thing that the Archangel Michael healing spray that I make, it's really, really strong. Lots of light from Archangel Michael in there. And you can spray it around you and it raises your vibration, helps calm down some of that chaos so that you can actually be receiving in a more conscious way from spirit. All right, so that is my wisdom from the archangels for you today. We're going to do a meditation now, and that meditation is going to be around settling ourselves inside and setting ourselves up so that our consciousness can be raised, our internal waters of self can be as calm and as smooth as possible, so that we can be absorbing messages from spirit more easily. The other things I wanted to say to you all before I kicked off is that I have been intending to start a membership for a while now, and I'm not organized enough to do it yet, but I'm just throwing it out there, where I'm going to support people in that membership to develop their gifts. I'm going to mentor, develop your gifts of clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, whatever it might be, and where we will all get together, maybe once or twice a month, and practice our skill set. And because I've been doing this for a really, really long time, I can just make little adjustments here and there to support you with that. And what you'll find is you sit in a group of people and we'll be tuning into the same energy, and you will all be receiving very similar things, and it is so comforting. It's really great for your confidence, and it's really reassuring. I love doing that with people, so I'm looking at doing that. If you're interested, just put it in let me know in the comments, so that when I do get around to getting that organized, I can make sure that I let you know. All right, meditation with Archangel Michael time. Take a few deep breaths. Get yourself in whatever place and space you need to, so that you can just listen to my words as I help evoke the spirit of Archangel Michael in your body, in the various layers, places, and spaces inside of your body. A few deep breaths. Breath is an excellent way of developing inner connection between where your psyche's at and where your body's at, where your mind and your emotions are at, where your behavioral inclinations are at. You take a few deep breaths and you help bring all those levels of self together. Archangel Michael presents as a purple ray of light. Archangel Michael is asking you to place your left hand on top of your navel, and then your right hand on top of your left hand. If you are listening to this meditation whilst driving your car or walking along somewhere, you don't have to physically put your hands there. You can just use your imagination if you like. Your left hand on your navel, your right hand on top of your left hand. Breathe in deeply to where your hands are. Have your belly expand into your navel area and let out your breath like that. Do that one more time. Archangel Michael is sending purple light, purple consciousness raising light into your navel center. This light, this purple light, is being absorbed deeply into your navel center. There is a energy center in the navel area that is related to your unconscious and to your instinctual level of self. And Archangel Michael is flooding that center with purple light. Purple light is flowing in and out, moving all the way through your navel center. It is making some adjustments in your navel center. Adjustments in your navel center that are allowing your spirit presence of harmony, balance, and peace to reign supreme inside of your navel center. This beautiful, harmonizing, balancing light of spirit is flooding in and through your navel center. It is deeply drawing your presence and your consciousness into the navel center. It is grounding you in the navel center. It is centering you in the navel center. It is creating very calm, reflective, mirror-like surface in the waters of your navel center, this deliciously calm, clear, reflective, mirror-like surface is developing in your navel center as Archangel Michael sends his purple light in and through the navel area of your body. And as your consciousness is being raised through Archangel Michael's vibration, as your consciousness is raising and your spirit is stepping to the forefront in regards to presence in your navel center, then the waters of your navel center are becoming clear, calm, reflective, mirror-like and peaceful, so deliciously peaceful and calm and clear, the mirror of the water inside of your navel center as Archangel Michael sends his purple healing light in there. And consequently, your spirit is able to make its way with its message of harmony and balance in and through the cellular level of your vibrationary self, in and through the unconscious level of your vibrationary self. Your spirit is able to make its way in and through the instinct level of your vibrational self, sending its primary message of harmony and balance, and any other message that you may be asking from spirit for input in your life at this particular point in time. We're now going to move our focus up into the heart area. I want you to place your right hand on top of your heart and your left hand on top of your right hand. Both are now on top of your heart. I want you to take a deep cleansing breath where you breathe in and feel your chest expand and then release out of your mouth. And do that one more time. Nice big deep breath. Feel your chest expand and release that breath. Archangel Michael is sending his purple healing light, consciousness raising light, vibration raising light in and through your entire heart center. And boy, what a relief. That beautiful consciousness raising light of Archangel Michael is moving in and through your heart. It is soothing. It is calming. It is providing harmony and balance to all the different levels of self in your heart, to the physical level of self, to the emotional level of self, to the mental level of self. All these levels are becoming calmer, soothed, harmonized and balanced as Archangel Michael lifts your vibration and your spirit is able to take up more presence in your heart space. Archangel Michael is flushing his purple light through your heart space. He is creating in the waters of your heart space. He is creating this incredibly clear, focused, reflective, mirror-like surface in the waters of your heart space. And this is enabling you to absorb messages from your spirit, general messages of balance and harmony and peace, and more specific messages to whatever you are asking for from spirit at this moment in life. Don't try and understand any messages at this particular point in time. We are just laying the groundwork here. As your heart, the waters of your heart, the surface becomes clean and clear, relatively ripple-free, ready to receive the message of light from your spirit and reflect it out into every corner of your being, into your thoughts, into your emotions, into your behaviors, and into the physicality of your body. Archangel Michael and his purple light is raising the vibration in your heart. Now take your left hand and place it on your forehead, and then take your right hand and place it on top of your left hand. And we're going to focus in your mind and your brain now. Archangel Michael is sending his purple healing light in and through your brain, in and through the brain mind. And as he sends this purple light in and through your brain, he is raising the consciousness. Archangel Michael's purple light is raising the consciousness in your brain and in your mind. And with this raised consciousness in your brain and your mind, with this more refined vibration establishing itself in your brain and your mind, The waters of your brain are becoming more still, more calm, more mirror-like, and more reflective. Purple light is flooding your brain and your mind. Purple light from Archangel Michael is raising the consciousness in your brain and your mind. And it is raising your consciousness in a way that is supporting your spirit to have more presence, more influence, more direction into the nature of your brain and your mind, into the physicality, into the thoughts, into the emotional processing in your brain and your mind. Archangel Michael is raising your consciousness and supporting the waters of your brain to be nice and clean and clear, focused and reflective, so they can absorb messages from spirit, general messages from spirit of harmony, balance and peace, and more specific messages from spirit to whatever it is that your brain is asking messages from spirit for. Purple light. Purple light is merging in and through your brain and your mind and filling your brain and your mind with consciousness raising light. So take your right hand now and place it on your heart, and your left hand and place it on top of your right hand in your heart. And take a moment to just feel the vibrational shift inside of your being. Don't try and understand it or analyze it, just be present to it. Just be present to its sensations. Remember these sensations. Allow them to imprint into the memory of your body, so that any time during your day you can call on Archangel Michael and ask him to fill you with light and create this harmony of raised consciousness inside of your being, and prepare your body and your being to receive messages from spirit. And that brings our meditation to a close for now. So gently transition yourself out of the meditation space. I can see there are a few of you that joined me live. How'd you go? How was that for you? You probably want to stay in that nice space rather than have to type a comment to me now. That's okay, I get it. Let me know though. Share with us, what are some of the signs that you notice? It's always helpful. Whatever you share is helpful for everybody else, because we all, tend to be having fairly, similar experiences, and we might think, oh, mine is weird, and then we hear somebody else's and we go, oh, phew. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you on Friday. Bye for now.